Three things we're keeping an eye on in this matchup that might indicate how this game is going. That is brought to you by Michigan First Credit Union. Number one, cool the Jets.
Yeah,
no one in the NFL quite like Justin Jefferson, the NFL's all-time leader in receiving yards per game. He lives up to the J-Jets nickname, as Lions fans know all too well. Dan, in his first 5 games at Ford Field, and brace for impact here, 43 catches for 730 yards.
Whoa,
but in his 6th last year in the NFC North deciding game, he ran into Amik Robertson, and Amik Robertson held him to 3 catches for 54 yards. And it came as a shock to, I think, most people watching nationally. But as Amik said in very Amik fashion this week, new to the world, old to me. It was the latest chapter in a rivalry that dates back to their high school days in Louisiana. And in fact, in one recruiting camp back then, they had to be literally pulled apart by coaches because they were going at each other so hard. They clashed again in college, a few times in the NFL since. They'll clash again today. They both love to talk, they both love to compete, and they both burn to win. This is swagger versus swagger. As Amik might say, get your popcorn ready.
We will see what happens in this one coming up. Number 2 and 3 things to watch. Rattle the kid, TJ.
Yeah, rattle the Birchie kid, which we're going to do after the show. But no, J.J. McCarthy, I know he said rookie. Technically, he's only played 2 games. Look, jury is still out on this kid. I mean, he's over the 8 quarters that J.J. has played, 7 of them not very good. 18 of 33, 214, 3 interceptions, a fumble. He did have that 4th quarter against Chicago where he went 6 for 8, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns, and added a rushing touchdown as well. I think he's got talent. This defense needs to continue to build on their identity. I thought the biggest adjustment that they made against Tampa Bay a couple weeks ago before the bye was getting back to man coverage, trusting your front 4 to get home, create some havoc, and those guys did that. And having a Lee McNeil back is huge. I think that if you can push the pocket on J.J. McCarthy, some of his dropbacks, he's only taken about 1 or 2 steps back, and he's trying to get his first read. And if the first read's not there, you can see him kind of ducking his eyes a little bit not to make a mistake. I think some of those interior guys can have a huge impact on there today. And look, I think we expect Minnesota's tackles to play today, but those guys have been banged up with Brian O'Neill and Christian Darrisaw. Aiden Hutchinson coming off of a heck of a week for himself and his family. He could hit another gear today as well.
All right, let's get to number 3 and 3 to watch. Mo Demo and J-Mo Wojo.
Well, if I'm listening to these guys, it's basically just stop the JJs, right? Jefferson, that's it. Hey, once you do this.
There's nothing less.
No. I got more
start
for you. Okay. J-Mo, Johnny Morton, needs to get the ball to J-Mo, Jameson Williams, and D-Mo, David Montgomery. Now, when I say needs to, I will temper it a bit, okay? It's not like the offense is broken, but it's to the point where during the bye week, they did some soul searching, and Jameson Williams went to Johnny Morton, the offensive coordinator, and said, are there things we can do? What am I doing wrong? And Dan Campbell said, we got guys who aren't doing anything wrong, but they're not getting enough production. They're going to get to that, and they really have Johnny Mo, that's Jameson Williams, J-Mo. Yeah, that's different than Johnny
Which Mo is it?
29 yards per receiving per game less than last year. Montgomery, 15 yards rushing less per game than last year. Again, not a huge gulf they have to close, but if they all agree something needs to be adjusted, then adjust it. And you know what else you do? Find the next gear.
Does Wojo Damas think that J-Mo gets a TD today?
Oh. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
We'll take a break. We'll come right back. I'm glad you're with us. It's game day in Detroit. Lions and Vikings coming up, and you'll see it right here on Fox 2. We're getting ready for it.